They're fluffy, they're adorable, and they look like little teddy bears. But behind that cute face, a dog with a personality bigger than life. Pomeranians are loyal, intelligent, and full of love. But they're not the right breed for everyone. Think you're ready to own one? Well, before you bring home this tiny bundle of energy, there are a few things you need to know. Because while Pomeranians make incredible companions, they also come with some big surprises. And some owners find themselves completely unprepared. So before you make the leap, let's break down the real truth about Pomeranians, both the challenges and the rewards, so you can decide if this breed is right for you. Before we dive in, welcome to Doggy Pedia, your go-to channel for everything dog-related. If you love learning about different breeds, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's get into it, because the first thing new Pomeranian owners realize can be a big shock. 1. Pomeranians have a lot to say. You might think a German Shepherd barks a lot, but Pomeranians take it to the next level. These tiny fluff balls have a voice that could wake up the whole neighborhood, and trust me, they love using it. Doorbell rings, bark, a car drives by, bark, a leaf falls from a tree, you guessed it, B-A-R-K. Pomeranians aren't just alert dogs, they're conversation starters. Some owners say their Pom will bark just to get attention or even talk back when being scolded. But here's the good news. Barking can be controlled with the right training. If this is your biggest concern, we actually made an entire video on why Pomeranians bark so much and exactly how to stop it. Check out the link in the description after this video. But for now, let's move on, because the next thing might surprise you. 2. They're small, but they have big attitudes. People see a tiny dog and assume they're easy. But don't be fooled, inside that fluffy body is a big personality. Pomeranians are independent, confident, and full of sass. They'll walk into a room like they own the place, and if you don't set boundaries, they will run the household. Training a Pomeranian requires patience, consistency, and a sense of humor. They're incredibly smart, but also incredibly stubborn. Want them to sit? They'll do it. When they feel like it, trying to teach them not to bark, get ready for negotiations, potty training, that's a whole other challenge. But here's the thing. Once trained, Pomeranians are amazing companions. They're eager to learn, love performing tricks, and can even excel in dog sports. But training takes time. If you're not ready for that, this might not be the right breed for you. 3. That fluffy coat? A lot of work. You love their fluffy, luxurious coat, right? Well, get ready to brush. A lot. Pomeranians have a thick double coat that needs regular grooming to stay looking good. Daily brushing helps prevent tangles and mats. Regular baths keep their coat healthy. Shedding season? Expect fur everywhere. If you don't keep up with grooming, their coat can quickly become a mess. But for owners who love the bonding time of brushing their dog, it can actually be a rewarding experience. If you're not into grooming, consider getting a puppy cut, a shorter hairstyle that makes maintenance easier. But fur isn't the only thing to worry about, because this next point is something a lot of owners don't expect. 4. They are tiny, and that comes with risks. Pomeranians may have big attitudes, but physically, they're fragile. We're talking about a breed that weighs between 3 to 7 pounds, lighter than a bag of sugar. And that tiny size comes with some serious risks. Accidental injuries happen more often than you'd think. A jump from the couch could lead to a broken bone. Playing too rough with a bigger dog? Dangerous. A small child handling them incorrectly? Disastrous. They also have health risks like a collapsed trachea, which means they should always wear a harness instead of a collar. If you want a dog that can handle rough play or lots of physical activity, a Pomeranian might not be the best choice. But if you're careful and aware, they can live a long, happy life. 5. They get extremely attached, like Velcro-level clingy. You think you're getting a tiny, independent fluff ball? Think again. Pomeranians don't just love their owners, they worship them. Where you go, they go. Bathroom break? Expect a tiny audience. Leave the house? They act like you're never coming back. Pomeranians are one of the most prone breeds to separation anxiety, which means if they're left alone too often, they can develop excessive barking or whining, destructive behavior like chewing furniture or carpets, full-blown panic attacks. But here's the good news. This attachment also makes them incredibly loving. If you're someone who wants a dog that's always by your side, a Pom will happily fill that role. Just be sure you're giving them the attention, mental stimulation, and training they need to feel secure, because a bored, anxious Pom is not fun to live with. And speaking of training, let's talk about the one thing every new Pomeranian owner struggles with. Sixth, training a Pomeranian, it's a battle of wills. Here's the truth. Pomeranians are ridiculously smart, but also ridiculously stubborn. They love to learn, but only on their own terms. If they think a rule doesn't make sense, they'll ignore it. Want them to sit? They'll do it, if there's a treat involved. Trying to teach them not to bark? Prepare for an argument. Potty training? Hope you like patience, because you'll need it. Many first-time owners struggle because they treat Pomeranians like babies instead of dogs. But these little fluff balls need structure. Without it, they can develop serious behavior problems like excessive barking, resource guarding, aggression towards strangers or other pets. The trick? Positive reinforcement. Pomeranians respond best to consistency, rewards, and clear boundaries. Get training right and they'll happily show off their intelligence. Get it wrong? Well, they'll train you instead. But here's something most people don't expect. Pomeranians can actually be protective. 7. They might be small, but they think they're guard dogs. Pomeranians may be tiny, but they have no idea how small they are. They've got big dog energy in a tiny body, which means they can sometimes be a little too brave. Some Poms will stand up to much bigger dogs, which can be dangerous. Others will bark at strangers like they're protecting a castle. And, if not properly socialized, they can even become aggressive. Ever heard of small dog syndrome? It's real. If a Pom isn't trained properly, they'll act like the boss of the house, even if that means growling at family members or refusing to listen. That's why early socialization and training are so important. With the right approach, Pomeranians can be friendly, confident, and well-mannered. But without it, they'll think they own the world. And that brings us to the most heartbreaking reason why some owners regret getting a Pomeranian. 8. Some owners aren't ready and end up rehoming them. Here's the sad reality. Pomeranians are often bought for the wrong reasons. People see a fluffy, adorable puppy and assume they'll be low-maintenance, easygoing lapdogs. But then they realize they bark, they shed, they need training, they require time, patience, and consistency. And sadly, many end up in shelters or rehomed because their owners weren't truly prepared. But here's the thing, none of these challenges are deal breakers, if you go in with the right expectations. Pomeranians aren't just cute accessories, they're living, breathing dogs with real needs. If you can handle the training, the energy, and the attitude, you'll be rewarded with one of the most loving, entertaining, and loyal companions you could ever ask for. 9. They need more exercise than you think. Look at a Pomeranian and you might think, oh, they're tiny. A short walk should be enough. Nope. Pomeranians are shockingly energetic. Even though they're small, they have the spirit of a much larger dog and need daily exercise to stay happy and healthy. A simple walk? Not enough. Running around the house? Maybe, but they still need mental stimulation. Playtime, training, and puzzle toys? Now you're talking! A bored Pomeranian can quickly turn into a destructive one. Without enough exercise and stimulation, they might start barking excessively, digging at carpets or furniture, chewing things they shouldn't. That's why it's so important to make time for daily walks, play sessions, and mental challenges. The good news? Pomeranians love learning new tricks, playing fetch, and even doing agility courses. If you engage their minds, they'll be happy, well-behaved, and less likely to drive you crazy. Still with me? Because the last point is something many owners don't realize until it's too late. 10. Their teeth need serious care, or you'll regret it. Pomeranians are prone to dental problems, and ignoring their teeth can lead to serious health issues. Because of their small mouths and tightly packed teeth, they're at a high risk of plaque buildup, gum disease, and tooth loss. In fact, some Pomeranians lose teeth as early as age 4 or 5 if their owners don't take care of them. Want to avoid expensive vet bills? Here's what you need to do. Brush their teeth daily. Yes, daily. Use dog-safe dental chews. Schedule regular vet checkups for dental cleanings. Neglecting their teeth can lead to painful infections, bad breath, and serious health risks like heart disease. The takeaway? A Pomeranian smile is adorable, but only if you take care of it. Is a Pomeranian right for you? So let's be real. Pomeranians are not for everyone. They're loud, they're independent, they demand attention. And yes, They'll fill your home with more fur than you ever thought possible. But if you're willing to put in the effort, you'll have a dog that's incredibly intelligent, a companion that's loyal to the core, and a little fluff ball that will bring endless joy and laughter to your life. So the real question is, do you think you could handle a Pomeranian? Let us know in the comments. What's the funniest or craziest thing your Pom has ever done? We want to hear your stories. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps us create more awesome content for dog lovers like you. And if you're obsessed with dogs as much as we are, make sure to subscribe to Doggy Pedia and turn on notifications, because we've got even more amazing dog breed videos coming your way. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.